I'm here at the Brooklyn Synth and Pedal Expo, and I'm checking out the best and most insane gear I can find. And we're gonna find out what is the greatest synth of all time.
Okay, so this is the photosynthesis. This is a portable, solar-powered, generative MIDI controller and synthesizer. So it has, this is the top part of the case. It has solar charging. It also has USB charging. It has a unique kind of keyboard where you can change the key and scale. If you look there, changing the scale. And so that's changing the note values of everything, and then you can combine that with an arpeggiator or sequencer. It has internal effects, and it has this fun harmony generation where it's creating, if I slow it down, maybe you see, it's creating notes on top of the notes that are regularly being triggered. And you can create a lot of cool like harmony and, yeah, melody ideas with it.
What's the greatest synth of all time?
I mean, can you not say the Moog Model D? Is there another answer?
I like the Roland SH-101 a lot.
The Poly 6 by Korg.
Check it out. Expressive E is here, and I'm with Josh. What are you guys showing off?
Showing off the Osmos and its wonderful capabilities. Today I'll show you a really cool guitar sound that I dialed in. This is from the Acoustic preset, but it took me quite a while to find these exact settings.
That sounds beautiful.
Now there's a hidden secret inside of the sound engine. If you go to the compressor and gain section, and all you have to do is crank the pre-gain, it acts as a wavefolding distortion. So I changed nothing about the sound except for the gain station.
Dude, that sounds beautiful. You got to be creating more presets for the Osmos. I hope you are.
I'm creating them all the time. And I'm happy to share this one with you, and you can send it out in the channel.
Hey, perfect. All right, thank you.
So this is Proximity, and basically Proximity is a MIDI controller that allows you to control sound by moving your hand through the space above the device. So I'm using this synth, which just has some basic MIDI controls, right? So this one is controlling the notes. And this one is controlling the filter, right? So. You can impersonate the bowing of like a string instrument. Like as you move, that's when the sound is happening, or as you stop, that's when it stops. So this app allows you to control all the settings of your Proximity and also save presets directly to the device. But you can also do interesting stuff where like, okay, so this Proximity we just heard, we chose beforehand for it to be in an A minor scale. We chose those notes, it was a custom scale. We could have also had it have pitch bend, a little bit more, a little bit less. It can be more in tune or less in tune, you know? So anywhere from like the full theremin experience to like playing a fretted instrument or a keyboard instrument, right? But anywhere in between that. The whole company, Copper and Cedar, is a solo operation. I make them in South Brooklyn myself. I design the product and I build them all, like from assembling the electrical components to carving the wood to, you know,
Wow, that
pouring
is...
epoxy. So they're all homemade.
Wow, that's super cool.
And yeah, the website is copperandscedar.com.
All right, I'll put a link to it below the video. If you guys want to see a full video on this, maybe Ruben and I can do something together. Let me know in the comments below. And thank you so much, Ruben.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
What's the greatest synth of all time?
CS80.
Maybe Serum. I know that might be controversial, but
I only have one keyboard.
What is that?
It's a mini log.
Minilog.
Yeah.
That's a really nice choice.
Yeah, it's a
I
good
love
stutter synth.
Yeah, I always recommend that to people.
Yeah.
Minilog. Get a Minilog. I love it too.
Buchla 200.
This is Corda. This is our brand new product, and it's a multi-instrument, meaning I can hold it and strum on the bridge here as if I would a guitar or a ukulele, or I can just tap. And of course, I can play drums. And even make entire loops right on the instrument itself. It has an accelerometer and a gyroscope in it, and I can move in and out of a pad to control music. I can move it up and down through the air to control music, and several other things. There are over 300 sounds built into the instrument, meaning I can take this with me on a plane or on a train and just get up and go. And you can also connect to Logic or Ableton and use it as an MPE-enabled Bluetooth MIDI controller, or if you want to be hardwired so you're constantly charging, it does that too.
Arturia is here. What are you guys showing today?
We have some of our newest offerings. We have the brand new live stage keyboard Astro Lab. We have our Polybrute 12. And then we have our brand new Keylab 61 MK3 with a full color screen on there. We also have a couple of our digital synths, the Micro Freak, the Mini Freak, and we're showing off the Analog Lab software integration with the MK3.
What is everybody gravitating towards?
The Polybrute and the MPE Aftertouch is really I think, the seller of the show. Like, people are looking for a new experimental keybed, and this answers that question.
What is the greatest synth of all time?
The original Moog Theremin.
I'm gonna have to go with like the Prophet.
I was always a fan of the Alesis Andromeda.
I'm here with Cassia, and she's got something super cool that we cannot miss. What do you have here?
So this is a spring reverb. It's 42 inches tall, and it features 3 springs. We have added effects to the spring reverb. We have an overdrive, a pickup, the compressor, mixer settings, vibrato, some sort of a feedback, and a gate. And when I open up the doors...
So is this the biggest one you have?
Yes, so this is the big version, and we also have a miniature version to my right. That one has 2 springs, and they're about 8 inches tall.
The stuff on your table looks so cool. Can you tell us all about it?
This first one is called Noon, and it's a passive drum synth, so it doesn't have any power supply. It utilizes CV and gate voltage to trigger 8 different analog circuits, so it's like hearing the full power cycle of those circuits, so it's very chaotic and organic sounding. Next we have the Stereo Field. This is a touch feedback synthesizer that uses the conductivity of your skin to patch feedback paths back into preamp circuits, so you can process audio through that chaos, use it on its own, or use it as a chaotic controller for a modular synth. This is the Human Control Tape Transport. You put in a cassette tape here, and then you can play the cassette forwards or backwards. There's no motor, so the idea is you as the motor. You can also scratch, momentary mute. Our newest thing that came out called Ferris. It's a collaboration between us and Victoria Shen, aka Eviction. It is a spinning magnetic polyphonic string resonator. So you turn on the disc, the magnetic disc, and then you use the RPM speed to strum magnetically anything with steel strings, guitar, piano. You can strum both the fundamental pitch of the string and also the harmonics based on the RPM. So you can go to our website, which is landscape.fm, or you can go to our Instagram, which is also landscape.fm, and find out about every single thing here.
Okay, check this out. This is Tempera. It's a granular instrument that you can play notes, and these are different tracks, and they start emitting grains from these points, but you could also touch it to actually direct where the granular emissions are coming out from.
Today we're showing the third wave. We have the full keyboard version and the desktop module version. It's a 24-voice hybrid digital oscillator synth that goes through analog filters. The inspiration was the PPG wave of the 1980s. We've recreated the audio signal path to have all of the wacky digital artifacts of the PPG, but we've added a lot more to it. You could get the PPG wavetable sound, a modern wavetable sound. There's a virtual analog engine, FM, and we just added sampling to it. You get a very versatile synth. We think it sounds amazing, and it's loads of fun to play around with.
Perfect, awesome. And the desktop version is the newest one, right?
Yeah, that's the newest one. It's been out for like a year and a half now.
What's the greatest synth of all time?
Of all time? I gotta go with the Peak.
No. People are going to make fun of me for this, but I love the DX7. I have so much fun with my DX7. It's the first synth I really got into, and to me, it just like, I love the sound of it.
Sure.
What's the greatest synth of all time?
Oh, that's such a great question. Probably the sine wave generator, just like the first thing that you could do that makes it sound.
We've got a lineup of about 8 pedals that we're showing off. We are a Canadian builder. Jamie builds and designs all of these pedals himself in a little room in our house. And yeah, I should not be the one doing this introduction. This is Jamie.
So probably our best seller and most popular pedal is the 77 Fuzz Blender. So this guy's built around the Electro Harmonics Big Muff op amp. However, it's my bassist back in the day asked me to put a clean blend in for him, so that's kind of where it got its namesake. You've got a variable tone stack here. There's a little, what I call the cigarette mod on the top here. We open it up. You can see that little switch there. That turns it into more of a Velcro style fuzz face effect. This guy's my baby. This here is an analog chorus vibrato pedal. It took me about a year in development. It uses a new stock of Bucket Brigade chips, and I designed it around the better tolerance of those new chips to be a quieter and wider range analog chorus vibrato effect there. Supercoolpedals.com, we sell direct to the consumer right now. We're starting to spread out into dealers mostly in Canada, and we've got some things in the works for United States dealers as well, coming in 2025, maybe late 2024 as well.
Cool. Okay, now I've got a very important question for the both of you. Are you a guitarist or keyboardist?
Guitarist, I guess.
Same with you, or
Yeah, mostly guitarist. Yeah.
All right.
He plays everything.
Ready for this? I need, this is like word association, okay? Which guitar effect could you not live without?
Fuzz.
Fuzz?
Yeah, fuzz, I guess. I'm not an effects person. I'm like acoustic.
Wow, both fuzz. You're perfectly matched. Good job.
I like my my Keeley compressor.
There you go.
Honestly, I can't live without my volume pedal.
Volume pedal.
I can't live without it.
I really think for me it's delay lately. I've been using Archetype Pliny.
All right, you'll never believe what I found. Look at this. This is a PlayStation with a bunch of knobs on it. And what we found out is that this is actually doing glitching video. It's like all hacked hardware. Like all the stuff on this desk is hacked hardware that is creating glitching effects for video. It's so cool.
This is a resonating box. You could bow the rods. There's a kalimba here that you can plug and tune however you want. You have these springs that you can play with, and it's basically great for people that are into experimental music, ambient, like creepy little sound design, you know, lots of soundtrack for movies.
So we're showing a bunch of different brands that are all housed under Full Effect Distro, which is our distribution company. But everything you see here is made at Cusack Manufacturing in Holland, Michigan. So you will see other brands, but they're all under the same roof. Probably the most exciting thing we got is the new Cusack delay prototype. It is a multi-delay with 8 different programs on it. With a bunch of really unique features, including like ramping with, you know, the delay time ramping up and down, and some momentary features to swell your delays up and down. And it's a very expressive delay pedal, and we're really, really happy it's finally coming out because it's been a long time coming. But that's probably one of the most exciting things we got going today.
I'm here with Shane, and I came by, and this thing looked super cool. What are you showing here?
This is the Multiverse Effects pedal. It's a customizable digital pedal. You can build different signal chains, save all your tones to the pedal. You can really turn it into whatever sort of pedal you want. There's a growing library of effects available that are contributed by the community of developers. All sorts of tones, and brand new, it can also do synthesis, so it can be a hardware sound engine via MIDI control. And it's also got expression control and assignable controls on board. av8audio.com. We're also on Instagram and YouTube. AV8 Audio.
All right, these pedals really caught my eye because you've got tubes in them, right? Can you tell us about these?
These are all the tube preamps built very close to the circuits of the original preamps found in big amps, on and the feel of a big tube amp in a small pedal format.
Check it out. Novation is here. What are you guys showing today?
Well, we're really excited to be showing off for our Launch Key Mark IV models. So we have the Launch Key 49 and the Launch Key Mini 37, which is actually new to the lineup. So we have those here. We also are controlling our peak synthesizer. So we have a couple of those here as well. Over here, we're controlling with a Launchpad Pro. And then we also have both of our circuits over here. So we have Circuit Rhythm and Circuit Tracks.
So we have our Explorer 888 units, and these are production limited to only 888 of these, which the color on here obviously is our ASM Modern Orange, and it is really stunning. I mean, I have to admit, I pulled these things out of the case, and it was the first time I had seen them, and I was blown away by just how stunning they look.
So I've got this question, and you got to give me your first reaction to it, okay?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. What's the greatest synth of all time?
It's the Hydra synth. How about you?
Mini Moog.
Ooh, the CS80 probably. It's hand wired, a bunch of it's hand etched, every single one's unique. It's really, really full featured, and it's just a marvel. It's really, really, the presence in a room is remarkable. We are a synthesizer shop. We sell both the cutting edge and the super duper vintage, so whether it's the absolute newest in Eurorack or a transistor organ, we kind of got you.
This year at the shows, we got the MXR layers. That's going to be a freeze-like pedal where you can freeze up to 3 layers at a time, either by triggering it with your foot or setting the trigger to grab after a certain volume threshold is met. We've also got the Joshua, we released this last year at NAMM, ambient echo style delay, as well as a shimmer all on a single pedal. The rest of this stuff has kind of been out for a minute with the exception of the Gran Torino. That is a MOSFET style distortion with a 3-band EQ.
All right, of course, we've got Oberheim and Sequential here. And they've kind of brought the usual suspects. We've got the Oberheim OBX8, we've got the TO5, and from Sequential, they brought over the Prophet 10 and the Take 5 over here. It's a very popular area. Everybody wants to try out these synths. But you guys have seen these before, so let's move on. Which effect could you not live without?
Probably just a basic overdrive.
Overdrive?
Reverb. Reverb?
Yeah.
Cool.
Is the tuner? Is the tuner part of the effects?
That's a unique answer.
What effect can I live without? Okay, I guess it would be the lack thereof, actually. Clean sounds.
Clean. Wow.
Yeah.
The first one
Good,
to answer.
good, clean sounds.
Music Easel, obviously, 50-year heritage on that instrument. Don Buchela's original concept of a virtuosic synthesizer, electronic musical instrument that sort of gives you a bit of everything in the electronic music realm and allows you to play it without any other sort of stuff in your setup. You have a full instrument right there. And then the Buchela Tip Top collaboration, which is Tip Top, a established Eurorack manufacturer making awesome modules, and us work together to create Eurorack versions of some of the classic Buchela 200 series modules that people know and love from the 70s. And so they're available at, they're a little bit more affordable. If you're established in Eurorack, you can pop one in your case. This particular configuration is actually a pre-configured 200T system that Tip Top is going to make available soon. So you can check out more information at Tip Top's site on this particular Buchela 200T system.
Thanks for watching, and if you want to learn more about any of the gear you've seen in this video, I'll put links below. Thanks to Cliff for his help with the video footage. Keep making the music you love, and I'll see you soon.